Hi there, my name's Trish. You're very welcome to your boat Tig Beatha. I'm very sorry that I can't meet you when you arrive today, but you're very welcome, and I'm going to show you around your boat and show you how to use everything on it. Okay, to start with, just to enter you have to lift the roof of the door, okay, up, and then slide it back. Okay, and just be mindful of this as you're entering the boat and then also leaving. Just always make sure you have this pushed back, because if it's forward like this and you're coming out, there's a chance that you're going to bang your head over it, and it's solid steel and it does hurt. So just be really mindful about it and always just slide it back. Okay, so first of all I'll show you how to use your switch panel. All the switches should be pressed to the right, as it says on the arrow here. This is for working all your pumps, your lights, your radio and TV. For your lights, the light switches are on the lights themselves. You turn it on, you can turn them all on throughout the boat, and then you can actually turn them off from here. So you don't have to continuously individually turn on the lights on and off. For your toilet you've got, or your water pump, sorry, you've got 180 gallons of water. So if the water starts to run out, if it starts to splurt from the taps, the most important thing to do is turn off your water pump, and this will prevent it from burning out, because if it burns out it means you just have no water, full stop. So a way of avoiding this is just every second morning just top up your water tank and you can just continuously have water. You're not going to be stuck in a shower as well without water. Up here is your trip switch for your main electricity, and this should always be parallel to these blue numbers, and all your main sockets are scattered around the boat as well. And then this here is your switch for your radio and your TV and your Wi-Fi. So to turn it on, you press it in, the red light comes on. To work your radio, you press the standby button. For your TV, you press the green button here and then a green light comes on. You go to source, and that will go from your TV to your DVDs, and your DVDs go in this side of the TV. For your Wi-Fi, you hold this little button down for about 5 seconds until 4 green lights come on, and your Wi-Fi code is in your folder on your kitchen table. Also here you've got a bin. So as you're leaving the marina, going through your first gate, you'll see a big blue bin, and that's for your general waste. And then you'll see a green bin, and that's for all your recyclables, so for your plastics and your papers. And then over here you've got a gas water heater, and this gives you instant hot water for your shower and also for your taps, for your sink. So to work it, you hold it in for about 5 to 10 seconds. And now your flame is ignited. I'm not too sure if you can catch that in camera, but there's just a little blue flame in here. And I'll show you what happens when you turn the hot water on. It powers up, okay, and you have a big blue flame. And I'm not too sure if you can catch this in camera either, but I'm going to let you hear what the water pump sounds like. And you can hear it coming from the bedroom. So I don't know if you can catch it, but anyway, just there is a pump that goes off when you turn on the water. So it's okay to hear that sound. So just leave it at high and number 4, and that just seems to be the best pressure and temperature for your shower. If you're not using gas, just turn it off by pushing the button in. Okay. So next is your gas cooker. Just always make sure that this glass panel is more or less touching off the tiled wall, because if it isn't, it'll actually stop the gas getting through. So if your gas cooker isn't working, that could be a reason why it might be a bit too forward. Okay, to work it, you hold in the ignition button, you press in and you turn, and that's your gas cooker. Just to make you aware that down here there's cleaning products. We just ask that if you leave the boat as found, because we always generally have guests arriving as soon as parting. Okay, so now into the bathroom. So now for your toilet, you've got 2 buttons here on the side. One says eco and the other is normal. You press the button and that's it. So the only thing that I do ask is that you just use the toilet roll that we provide. There's loads more in the drawers in your bedroom. So no dental floss, facial wipes, anything like that, because it actually costs €80 to unblock. So just be really mindful of the toilet. Also, probably the most important button on the boat is this little black button up here, which is in your shower. And what this does is, it's the pump to drain the water out as you're having a shower. And as you can see, you don't actually have that much depth. So, you know, if this isn't on, it's quite possible to overflow. So just to be very mindful of that and turn that switch on. So now, your bedroom, the only thing really in here is that there's your light switches are different than the rest of the boat. So there's just one little black switch here, and you turn it on and it turns on all your lights. You also have a bedside lamp as well. Your toilet roll is down here, and you have your hairdryer and iron and stuff there as well. And I'm just going to go out now and show you how to change over gas cylinder as well, just in case you run out of gas. You turn it off here on the bottle that the regulator is already connected to. There's a little black ring on the regulator, and you pull that up and you hear a click and you take it off. And then you just put your green cap back on the old gas cylinder. And then for the new one, it has a green cap like this, and you just tear off the little strip on the side, lift it up, and then again on the regulator, the black ring, you pull up towards yourself, and then you put down on the gas ring, and then this little black ring here you push down until you hear it click into place. Okay, so we pull up first, place it on top of the gas cylinder, and then we click down. And there, I heard it click into place, and then you turn it on so you can see the flame, and that's it, you're good to go. Also, just to make you aware that your water cap is just here as well. You can use this or a €2 coin to open this, and you just turn it anti-clockwise, and you put your hose in. You can actually wrap your hose around this so it doesn't actually fall into the water, and you just put the hose in the opening of the water cap and leave it there for probably around an hour. And how you'll know is it'll fill, but there's an overspill here on the side, so you'll actually see it from the jetty, and you'll probably hear it as well spill over the edge, and then you're good to go. There's lots of different ways of lighting a fire. I'll just show you what our way is, and if you've used the stove before, feel free to use your own method. So what we do is, we first of all put a layer of coal on the base of the stove, and then we use maybe 3 fire lighters, place them on top, and then I use briquettes, and 2 of these to start off with. And what you do is you split them into 2 or 3 pieces, and to do this I use this. Okay, so you bang it down once, and you can get it sometimes in 1 go or sometimes 20, depending. Okay, so you put your split briquettes in a teepee shape, like so. Okay, and then you use your matches and you light your fire, and light your fire lighters. Okay, and then close the door, and then leave your draft completely open. So the draft basically regulates the amount of heat that comes out of your stove. So if you're really cold, leave it open, okay, and then you can start to turn it down the warmer you get. So to start the fire, you leave it completely open, and you leave it for about 10 minutes, and don't touch it. Don't poke at it. You know, if you open the door and start poking at your fire, you'll kill it. So leave it for about 10 minutes. Then open up, and if it looks like it's catching and there's flames and the coals are going red, great. You're ready then to put on another layer of coal on your fire. If it looks like it's struggling, you can light a fire lighter and put it in, and it should completely catch them. and at that stage you can put your firelight or your coal on. Okay, and then once you've put another layer of coal on, you close the door, you leave your draft open still, and now wait for about 20 minutes. And at this stage, after about half an hour, your whole system should be hot. And how you know is you check your bedroom radiator, and if your bedroom radiator is warm, you're generally good to go. And also, this will start to rotate. Now sometimes you might have to use your finger to get it going. And when when the fire gets hot, it makes this rotate, and what this does then is radiates any heat around the stove outward into this room. So that'll start spinning really fast when it gets hot. Okay, and then you're good to go. So one thing you need to do when your fire's lighting is you need to release the ash from the grid here, which falls down here, and that's where your ash collects. And to do that, you have to use this, and you pull this in and out quite vigorously, and that just releases the ash and allows your fire to breathe. Okay, never touch this with your hand, it's piping hot. Also, when you are taking out your ash in the morning, there's an ash bucket located outside. It has a lid on it, so just make sure that when you take the ash out of your fire, you bring the bucket straight outside. Never leave it inside the boat, even though it has a lid, because if the lid is slightly off it, that's carbon monoxide seeping out. So never leave your ash bucket inside the barge. Now, when you're going to bed, or if you arrive and it's really, really cold and you want to go out for the day, but you want to come back to a warm boat, or you want to wake up in the morning to a warm boat, what you do is, once your fire is established and you've got red coals, you then fill the fire with coal and leave an inch probably from the top, just so the fire can breathe. Close over, and then you turn your draft completely down, and then you give a half a turn and another half a turn. So one complete turn, and you should get 7 to 8 hours burning out of your fire. So just to show you where you are in relation to Dublin, this is the marina here. So if you walk just onto the main road outside the marina and take a left, you walk about 10 minutes down Pearse Street and you'll get to Trinity College. And then if you walk through Trinity College, which takes around 5 minutes or maybe 2 hours depending on what you're doing there, because it's a really beautiful grounds, you end up on Grafton Street. And this is the busiest retail area on the south of Dublin. If you cross over the River Liffey onto North Dublin, you go onto O'Connell Street, and then you get onto the Henry Street district over here, which is the busy retail area of North Dublin. So back to the marina. When you cross over the bridge and stick to the waterfront here, you have a supermarket called Fresh, and you have everything and anything you could possibly need there. It's a little bit on the expensive side, so if you want something a little cheaper, you can walk along the bridge and then take the first right and you go down Barrow Street here, and then there's a spar just on your left. Also on the waterfront you've got lots of coffee shops, restaurants, bars, etc. You have a place here called HQ on the corner, and it's a wine bar and does really nice food. And if you're looking for seafood, just over here we've got Mourne Seafood Restaurant. I have also in your black folder that you'll see when you arrive, just on how to use the internal appliances, you'll also see a list of some places to eat and drink around the basin and also in Dublin city centre. Okay, so we're coming to the end. This is just your black folder that would show you how to use all the internal appliances in case you get stuck on anything. If you do though, if you have any questions, please send me an email or give me a call and I'll answer anything, and hopefully as well during your stay I'll get to call in and I'll get to see you. Also, just to be aware that this key for your lock is key coded, so they're €40 to replace, so just be kind of careful and of your key too. There's also a map here as well on your arrival, which just shows you where everything is in Dublin city centre, but I guess just to make you aware that when you go across the main road, when you go outside the marina, there is a supermarket called Fresh just on the waterfront, and it has everything and anything that you could possibly need. It's a little bit on the expensive side, so if you want a cheaper option, what you could do is you could just go across the bridge, take a right down Barrow Street, and just on your left hand side you'll see a spar. And then also as well around the waterfront you've got cafes, restaurants. There's a lovely restaurant HQ. It's a wine bar, does craft beers and really nice food. And then you've got more and seafood restaurant as well if you're looking for a bit of fish. But there's plenty around anyway for you to eat and drink while you're here. And then also the city centre is about a 10-minute walk away. If you take a left just on Pierce Street here, walk about 10 minutes down, on your left hand side you'll see Trinity College, and if you cut through Trinity College, take about 5 minutes, you'll be on Grafton Street, and that's the biggest retail area on the south of Dublin. So listen, have a fantastic stay, and again, apologies that I can't meet you when you arrive, but if you do have any questions or any emails as soon as you arrive, or even beforehand, just send it on. And have a great stay and enjoy your barge Tig Beatha. Thanks a million. Bye.